Hello students, welcome to iQuanta. So in this session we are going to discuss about IPMAT Indore 2023 Quantitative Aptitude Section MCQ problems. So question number 1, it says a goldsmith bought a large solid golden ball at 1 million INR or 10 lakh rupees and melted it to make a certain number of solid spherical beads such that the radius of each bead was 1/5 of the radius of the original bowl. So basically, initially, if the radius was 5R, the radius of each new bead is R. So number of beads, we can find how many smaller beads will be there. So total volume of the golden bowl divided by total volume of one each bead. So in that case, we can say this will be 4 by 3 pi r square. So 5 pi r cube. So 5r cube divided by 4 by 3 pi into r cube. This gives us 125. So basically, we have 125 beads, 125 beads. Now it says assume that the cost of making golden beads is negligible. If the goldsmith sold all the beads at 20% discount on the listed price and made a total of profit 20%, then the listed price of each golden bead in INR was. What was the listed price? What was the mark price? So basically, if we check about this, in case of mark price, how do we calculate mark price? Mark price is nothing but selling price into 1 or in terms of, if we write selling price in terms of mark price, what we can say that selling price is equal to mark price into 1 minus d by 100. And similarly, we can say cost price in terms of, if we write selling price in terms of cost price, so what we can write is selling price is equal to cost price into 1 plus p by 100. Now you can see both of these are equal, left hand side are equal, so right hand side should be equal. So we can say that MP into 1 minus d by 100 is equal to Cp into 1 plus p by 100. From there, we can say Mp upon Cp, or Mp upon Cp is equal to, this will become 100 plus p divided by 100. This will become 100 minus d divided by 100. So 100 will be cancelled out. This is the relation that we get between Mp and Cp if profit percent and discount percent has been given. Now in this case, what we can say that what will be the cost price of each bead. So the cost of making these golden beads is negligible. So if there are 125 beads and the total cost is same as the golden ball, which is 10 lakhs. If we divide this by 125, we get 8,000. So basically, cost price of each golden bead is 8,000. So now we can use this concept that MP upon 8,000 should be equal to 100 plus profit percentage is 20, 100 minus discount percentage is 20, or we can say that our MP is equal to 8,000 into 120 divided by 80. So this will give us 100. So from there we can say the mark price of each bead will be 12,000 rupees. Mark price is nothing but the list price. Mark price is also known as list price and vice versa. So our answer is option C. Okay. Now, next question, it says which of the following straight lines are both tangent to the circle? So this is the circle. Now, in case of, equation of a circle is given something like this: x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fx plus c is equal to 0. We can say that the coordinate of the center will be minus g minus f, and the radius will be square root of g square plus f square minus c. So in this circle, what we can say, the center will be, so g is nothing but, g is minus 6, so center will be 3, and f is 4, not 4, f is 2, so center will be minus 2. So in that case, we can say we have a circle like this. So center will be 3 minus 2, like this. What will be the radius? So 6 square, see, g square plus f square minus c. So g is 3 and f is minus 2. So 3 square minus 2 minus minus 12, this will become a total square root of 25. So radius will be 5. So this radius is 5. This radius will be 5. Now, if you check the options, which of the following straight lines? There are 2 lines in each of the options, and the slope of each of these lines are same. As you can see, the slope of each of these lines are same in each case. Now, if lines have the same slope, means those lines are parallel to each other. And if 2 lines are parallel and both of them are tangent, then situation will be something like this. One of the line is like this and other line will be parallel to this. Then only both of them will be tangent. Now, one more thing, that if you draw the radius to point of contact, it will be perpendicular to the tangent. It will be perpendicular to the tangent. So if this is 5, this is also 5. So this whole distance between these 2 lines should be 10. 5 plus 5, 10. So let's see in which of the cases we get the distance between 2 lines is 10. So if we have 2 parallel lines, how do we find the distance? Let's say we have line A1x, or we have 2 parallel lines, something like AX plus BY plus C is plus C1 is equal to 0, and there is another line which is parallel to this, which will have the same slope. Then the distance between these 2 lines will be equal to C1 minus C2 mod divided by square root of A square plus B square. So basically, if we check in which of these lines the distance between both of the lines is 10, which is nothing but the diameter. So let's check it. In option A, it will be 19 minus 31, 50 divided by square root of 4 square plus 3 square, which is 5 square. So 5. So in this case, we are getting the distance between these 2 lines as 50 divided by square root of 25. So this gives us 10, right? In this case, if you check, 31 minus 19 is 12. 12 upon 5. This is not the case. This is not the case. In this case, 31 minus 19 becomes 50. So this is the case. So both A and D gives us the distance between these 2 lines as 10. A and C, in both the cases, distance between these 2 parallel lines is 10. So which of these is the correct answer? So one more thing that we need to do is we need to check from the center, that if from the center these line, the distance between center to this line, the perpendicular distance is 5 or not. So check करते हैं. चलो इस केस में अगर मैं चेक करूं, तो अगर कोई भी पॉइंट लेट्स से x1 y1 है और उसकी डिस्टेंस निकालनी हो किससे, ax प्लस by प्लस c इज इक्वल टू 0 से. सो ये डिस्टेंस कैसे निकल के आती है, this distance is ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by square root of a square plus b square. This is how you can find the distance between a point. Let's say this is x1, y1 to this line, the perpendicular length or the radius. So in that case, this should be 5, right? Now if I put x is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 2, so in that case, let's check in this case. Is the distance 5 from center? So 4 into 3 plus 3 into minus 2 plus 19 divided by square root of 4 square plus 3 square. So you can see that this value is 12 minus 6, which is 6 plus 19. तो कितना आ गया? 6 minus 19, sorry 6 plus 19, 25 upon 5. तो इससे डिस्टेंस मेरा 5 आ रहा है, सेंटर से इस लाइन का डिस्टेंस 5 आ रहा है. क्या सेंटर से इस लाइन का डिस्टेंस 5 आएगा? आएगा. देखो ये 6 है, 6 माइनस 31 अगर करें तो माइनस 25 आ जाएगा, मॉड लेके 25 आ जाएगा. तो इसका भी डिस्टेंस 5 आ रहा है सेंटर से. बट अगर ऑप्शन डी में हम चेक करें तो ये माइनस 19 है, तो ये दोनों तो सेम ही रहेंगे. सो 6 माइनस 19 माइनस 13 अपॉन 5 आ रहा है, which is not the same distance as the radius. 13 upon 5 is not the same distance as the radius. So what is our answer? It's not D but A. So दो चीजें थी इसमें पता करने को. एक कि दो लाइंस के बीच का जो आपस में डिस्टेंस है वो डायमीटर के बराबर होना चाहिए. बट ऐसी बहुत सारी लाइंस हैं, कोई भी दो रैंडम पैरेलल लाइंस हम ले सकते हैं जिसके बीच का डिस्टेंस कितना है? 10 है. पॉसिबल है ना? जरूरी नहीं है कि ये दोनों लाइंस यहाँ पे हों, वो तो सर्कल के बाहर ही कहीं भी वो दोनों लाइंस हो सकते हैं, राइट? सो इसीलिए ये जरूरी नहीं है कि अच्छा एक लाइन मान लो यहाँ पे है और एक लाइन यहाँ पे है, इन दोनों के बीच भी तो डिस्टेंस कितना आ जाएगा? 10 आ जाएगा. बट हमें वो नहीं चाहिए, हमें एग्जैक्टली यही दोनों लाइंस चाहिए जिनके आपस में डिस्टेंस 10 हो और सेंटर से डिस्टेंस 5 हो. So only option A satisfies all the condition. Okay. Question number 3, it says if matrix A is equal to 1, 2, 3 A, where A is a real number and determinant of A cube minus 3A square minus 5A is equal to 0, then one of the values of A can be. Now what we can say about A cube minus 3A square minus 5A, determinant of this value will be equal to mod of, if we take A common, then we get A square minus 3A minus 5I is equal to 0, or one of these two must be 0. So we can say mod of A is equal to 0. This doesn't get us anything. Now what will be mod of A, or determinant of A will be equal to mod of A into 1 minus 2 into 3 is equal to 0, or we can say that A minus 6 is equal to 0, or A minus 6 is equal to 0, or 6 minus A, both of them are same thing. So from there we can say A is equal to 6. Now why are we not solving this one? Because if you check the options and if you check this equation, you are not going to get any integral solution while solving this equation. Okay, so we don't need to check it. So our answer is the value of A can be 6, which is option C. Next question, it says let P be a positive integer such that the unit digit of P cube is 4. What are the possible unit digit of P plus 3 cube? Now if you check for which number, if you take cube, the unit digit is 4. So if you take 2 cube, then it's 8. If you take 4 cube, then it's 64. If you take 6 cube, this is 216. If you take 8 cube, which is 512. I am considering only even digits because unit digit is even. Now any number which is ending with 2, will end in 8. So this is not possible, this is not possible, this is not possible. That means whatever P is, P is ending with 4. Okay, P could be any number, P is ending with 4, then P plus 3 will always end in 7. So if we talk about P plus 3 cube, what will be the unit digit of P plus 3 cube? So 7 cube is equal to 343. So whatever P is, the unit digit of P plus 3 cube will always be 3. So our answer is option D. Okay. Now, next question, it says let A, B, C be real numbers greater than 1 and n be a positive real number not equal to 1. If log A base 2 of log n is 1, log B base 2 to the base n is equal to 2 and log C base 2 to the base n is equal to 3, then which of the following is true? So सबसे पहले क्या करना है हमें कुछ लॉग की प्रॉपर्टी जाननी है कि अगर ऐसा दिया हुआ है कि log x to the base a is equal to 1, then you can directly write it that a to the power n will be equal to x. Just interchange the places. If we use this, so what will happen? We can say that log of log a base 2 to the base n is equal to 1. So from there, if I exchange the position, can I say that log a base 2 will be equal to n? Because there is also one more property that you can use here, that log a to the base a is equal to 1. So if this value is 1, that means this value should be equal to base. So this value is equal to n. So from there, can we say that 2 to the power n is equal to a? This is one result that we get. Then again, if we use the b log b base 2 to the base n is equal to 2. So can we say that log b base 2 is equal to n square, or now we can say 2 to the power n square is equal to b. So one more result. Similarly, if we take this reason, we can say log c to the base 2 is equal to n cube, or we can say 2 to the power n cube is equal to c. Now we have three different results, okay, in terms of A, B, C. What is A, what is B, and what is C? Now, how do we check which of these are correct, right? So one thing that you can do, you can take the value of n something and put it in the options and check, all right? So if I take b minus a to the power n, b minus a to the power n, so it doesn't achieve us anything. This is 2n square, this is 2 to the power n. So this minus this doesn't get us anything, which is this minus this, c minus b. Similarly, if you take a to the power n plus b to the power n, this 2 to the power n to the power n will become 2n square. This will become 2n cube. So sum of these two. So only b to the power n is equal to c, right? So sum of these two are not getting this value. A plus b is equal to c. Clearly a plus b is not equal to c. But if we check the option D, a to the power n plus b to the power n is equal to ac. Let's check it. So what is a? A is 2 to the power n, 2 to the power n to the power n, plus b is 2n square to the power n. Now again a is, this should be 2 to the power n into 2 to the power n cube. So from there, this will become 2 to the power n square plus 2 to the power n square ka to the power n, and this will become 2 to the power n plus n cube. Now, this value will become 2 to the power 2 into 2 to the power n square to the power n, and this will become 2 to the power n into n square plus 1. So, if we go further, this will become 2 to the power n square plus n. So, this will become 2 to the power n into n square plus 1. Right hand side we also get 2 to the power n into n square plus 1. So, we get LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. Now, remember, if a to the power b to the power c is given, we can write it as a to the power bc. Also, if a to the power b into a to the power c is there, we can write it a to the power b plus c. So, these has been used here. If you have anywhere, if you have confusion anywhere, you can check the step by step by considering these. So, option D confirms LHS is equal to RHS. So, that is our answer. As I said, you can take a small value of n, like n is equal to 2, and also solve it. Okay, but this will be your standard solution.